Hello, folks. Thank you so very much for joining us today on Leeanne Live. It is my great pleasure to introduce you to Dave Wong from Singapore. Dave, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Very
And
honored to
happy
be here.
Father's
So,
Day.
yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Dave, I asked you to come and appear on Leanne Live because recently I saw a post on your page. You are a digital business owner and you were talking about the value of goal setting. And you actually had a sheet, you were holding up a sheet of paper, which obviously was your goal list. And you were talking about how you were able to tick off some of those goals. So basically, to get started today, would you mind just explaining to me, I guess, the journey to this point where you've realized, hang on a minute, I've got to write down some goals. Yeah, would you like to share that with us?
Actually, I did share, I think earlier this year, there's a 7 arrow secrets, how to set your goals. So maybe I briefly tell you what is the 7 arrows about so that you can
Yep.
also set the same goals. So before you set any goals, you need to know why you want to set the goals. You don't set for the sake of setting it. Because I know a lot of people, when they are manager, they are upline or whoever, ask them to set goals. They just set for the sake of setting it. So this kind of goals you will never realize. Okay? So it's very important why you want to have these goals. You need to know thoroughly. Okay? After you know your why, need to know what you want. Okay, what you want to achieve for the goals. Maybe say you want to achieve financial freedom within 5 years. You want to buy a car within 5 years, or buy a nice house within 5 years. Now this is a good goals. Okay. So after you listing all what you want, you need to list down how you're going to do it, by what means. Definitely not by day job. You will never achieve that. You definitely need to learn new things, maybe a digital business, something else, or to achieve these goals. You need to know how are you going to achieve it. Next will be when you want to achieve it. You need to set long-term goals. For example, 5 years, you want to achieve what? Then within you split the 5 into 2 years. Within 2 years, you want to achieve what? Then by months, by days, what you need to achieve. Okay, so small goals lead to big goals. You can't achieve big goals immediately at once. So you need to contribute all the small successes to your big successes. Okay, so after you know your when, you can set a challenge. For example, 20 days exercise challenge. Maybe your goal is to be healthier than before. So 20 days healthy challenge. Maybe you want to do exercise in these 20 days. Okay. So once you set a challenge, you can find an accountability partner, someone who want to do the same thing with you. Okay. So when you, for example, you don't want to do exercise, after you do, you take a picture or selfie, you post to your friend or WhatsApp to your friend or put on social media, so that people can accountable for your daily action. So this is very, very important, because when you do the goals alone, definitely you hit with a lot of challenges and you lose the momentum, motivation to carry on. So your partner is very important. And lastly, you need to review your goals, whether it is up to speed. So for example, daily you need to do 5 tasks, but you only do 3, so it's not up to speed. So tomorrow you need to continue 7 tasks. So you make sure you must every day reach your goals, what you want to do. So this is a brief 7 arrow secrets that you can use to do your goal setting. And lastly, you can put pictures of what you want, what you visualize to come true.
Yeah. So your journey to this point where you realize, oh my goodness, I've got to set myself some goals. So obviously, there was a bit of a journey that came to that point of time where you said, something's got to change. I need to set some goals and work on it. So what, do you mind me asking, what was it that brought you to that point?
You see, if you know me 20 years ago, you asked me to come to the live, Facebook Live, Zoom, this type of thing, I'm not confident. I was only son in the family, so I'm quite spoiled, and I'm more of a reserved guy. So most of the time I will hide inside my room to play computer games. I don't interact with even my parents. So because of my shy and reserved, that's why I do not have a lot of friends. But what made me change, because actually I have a dream of bringing my parents to travel around the world.
Oh,
So actually I try to save by my day job salary, which you'll never be enough. But
yeah,
unfortunately they passed on in 2013.
I'm
So
sorry.
I can't really achieve that goals anymore. So I know this this kind of life will never achieve what I want, even for my current family. So I think something needs to change, or
Mm.
else this life will carry on for the next 20 to 30 years, or maybe to the day I left. Okay, so
Yeah.
if I don't change, nothing will change. So in order for things to change, first I must change. So I go to a lot of courses to upgrade myself. So I become a motivational trainer. Now you can see
Mm.
I'm very natural in front of a camera, even in live audience or online audience. I'm okay with it. Okay, so I also go for NLP courses, digital marketing courses, etc. Anything that can help me contribute to my future success, I will go and learn. So
Mm.
that is the big change. The change that whatever I cannot do for my parents, I want to fulfill it with my current family. So
Yeah.
that's a big change.
Yeah, that's great. So, wow, that's really great, Dave. I actually relate to you in so many areas there. Things that I had wanted to do with my mom, who's passed on now, and and like you said, if you don't do something different today than what you've been doing, then how can you expect to have a different result even in a year's time, let alone 5 or 10 years down the track, if you don't change your habits or change what you're doing daily in your life. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Yeah,
Welcome.
Dave, can I just say, so how long have you been doing a digital business now?
I think it's near to 1 year. I think two
One year.
more months to one
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
I noticed that you actually on that piece of paper that you're holding up with all your goals, your or the list of your goals. When did you write that list?
Uh, that list is, I think, the first day of this year when I do
Yeah,
the
wow.
7 error secrets.
Yeah. That must have been very exciting for you to realize that you've actually achieved some of those goals now.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's always exciting to achieve your goals, because for the past 20 years, although I got set goals, but none of it been achieved because I set for the sake of setting it.
That's awesome. That is so good. So, Dave, again, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Is there something that you would like to just say to my followers, the tribe on Leeanne Live, just in regards to, just setting goals for yourself, and just that mindset of, because let's address the elephant in the room. We're in a pandemic right now, and a lot of people are still in lockdown, myself included. We're in lockdown. We're coming up to our 11th week in lockdown. So some people would say to you, but Dave, we're in a pandemic. Like, how can we set goals? When we're stuck, we're stuck where we are. Like, we seem to be in a waiting phase of our life. What would you say to those people that would say that?
Actually, it's not the condition, situation, or environment that affect you to not achieve anything in your life. Is your mentality. Okay? Be it pandemic or no pandemic, there will be people that went bankrupt during when the economy is very good. There will also people get bankrupt. In pandemic, also got people went bankrupt. What's the difference? The only difference is the mentality. If you have set your mentality right, whatever you want to achieve, you will achieve. It doesn't matter whether it's pandemic or not. So mentality is very important. You must have the desire to change, to learn, to grow, to act on it. This is very important because I know a lot of people I talk to, they say they want to change, but the next moment they say they procrastinate further. So they are not really action taker, because successful people are decisive and action taker. When they sees an opportunity, they will actually grab it and hold until they become successful in it. This is
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, mindset can make you or break you. I really do believe that. Thank you again, Dave, for your time today. I'm so grateful. Again, Dave's in Singapore and I'm in Sydney, Australia. And it's just another wonderful benefit of being able to connect through this digital business system, getting to meet people like yourself, Dave. Thank you so much for today. Thanks, guys. If you have any questions about our business system, feel free to get in contact with either Dave or myself. We're here to answer any questions. Thank you so much. Bye, Dave.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.